Hello and welcome. My name is Daffy Roth, and this is Donkey Kong Country 3 Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. And in today's episode, we're just going to be covering the instruction booklet, and then the gameplay section will follow shortly thereafter in the next video, which should be posted about 15 minutes after this one. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So here we have the cover. The Donkey Kong Country games have not disappointed in terms of artwork, and it looks like we're in for a theme park adventure somewhat this time around from the looks of it. Alright, then we have our warning page here, and of course we have the official Nintendo seal quality, which means that we are in for a Nintendo approved good time. And it's rated kids to adult. This was made in '96. So this was towards the end of the SNES's life cycle. I do believe that I think the N64 had already come out, so I don't really remember, but it is what it is. Well, let's see. We have the table of contents. Oh, it's not contents this time. And we have our game show. Can't remember his name. Swanky Kong, I think it was. So it looks like he's going to be making a return. Right, moving on, we have our story. Trouble again. Months after their victory against King R. Rule and his army of baddies, the Kongs were still celebrating. Soaking up the sun in their favorite glade on DK Island, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong often slung up hammocks, picked up music, and spent the day chilling out with banana milkshakes. If she couldn't think of anything better to do, Dixie Kong sometimes joined them. This morning, though, Dixie was surprised to find Diddy's room deserted. Up and about so early? This wasn't like him. It was only as she turned to leave that she spotted the scribbled note on the table. Gone exploring the islands with DK, read, back tomorrow. Dixie could remember at least 3 times that they'd already tried this plan. Each time they never made it further than the beach. That's where she first went looking for them. She realized well before she got to the beach that it was far too quiet for Donkey and Diddy to be anywhere near. Surely they hadn't followed one of their harebrained schemes all the way through for once. The sun moved slowly across the sky and melted on the western horizon. Dixie hoped that her friends were having fun, wherever they were, as she settled down into the bed with a yawn. When morning came again, another brief swing through the branches confirmed that Diddy was still off on his little expedition. Dixie found herself starting to worry. She could only imagine what kind of trouble Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong were into. As the day crawled on and the night fell on the jungle, neither of the primates showed up. Again, Dixie could do nothing but head home to bed and hope they'd be back by dawn. The next day came, but neither Donkey nor Diddy returned. Dixie had to find out what those 2 primates were doing. She made her way to the southern part of DK Island and swam to the nearest mainland. When she got there, she happened upon Wrinkly Kong's home. Wrinkly Kong told Dixie that the boys had passed by, but they hadn't said where they were going. She suggested that maybe the boys visited Funky Kong at his beach shop. As Dixie was leaving, Wrinkly asked if she'd looked after the mysterious banana birds. For the mysterious banana birds. These birds had been seen in the cave across from Funky's rentals, but no one seems to know how to get them out. Dixie agreed and thanked Wrinkly for her help. She set out to see Funky at his shop. Funky Kong was busy working on one of his inventions, and his shop was full of unusual items. He could find use for anything that he gets his hands on. Funky told Dixie that the only visitor he had all week was Kiddy Kong. Funky pointed out across the room to the cuddly toddler who was chewing on an old spare tire. Funky asked Dixie if she wanted to take Kiddy with her. He's strong and can take good care of himself. Dixie agreed and the 2 were off. Before they left, Funky told them to keep their eyes peeled for some cool junk. He also told them to visit his friendly pals, the Brothers Bears, for help. Once on their travels, Dixie and Kitty discovered a whole new collection of Kremlings who seemed to have a new master named Chaos. I have to say, so far I'm kind of disappointed there's no Cranky Kong making comments. The story just kind of meh. Okay, so anyways, starting the game. First, you gotta plug the cartridge into your Super NES, then turn the power on. Press start when you're ready for a great adventure. We have save slots. When you start the game, you'll get to the slot in which to save your progress. You will choose the type of game: 1-player game, 2-player contest, and 2-player team. And then you'll enter your name up to 5 characters. You'll be able to copy and erase your saved games from the screen too. If you're continuing a previously saved game, you'll be able to select the saved game on the screen. So we have the percentage of the game completed. This one goes to 103%. How long you've played, copy or erase file, sound mode, and language. Gameplay mode, there are several ways you can play Donkey Kong Country 3. The traditional way to adventure is 1-player mode. However, you can experience 2-player excitement with DKC3 too. So, and then we just have our game explanations, which are pretty self-explanatory. We have continuing game. One of the coolest features in the Kong's video game adventures is the ability to save your progress. Check out the following information about how to save your game. Wrinkly's Save Cave. First, you'll have to make it to Wrinkly's Save Cave so that Wrinkly Kong can save your game. Wrinkly has a cave in each world. When Wrinkly Kong saves your game, you'll see a summary of your progress on the screen. So, how long you've played, the number of silver bear coins collected, number of bonus coins collected, percentage of game completed, number of DK coins collected, and number of banana birds collected, as well as your items. These items help you advance further in the game or reach new locations in previous areas. You'll get them from some of the bears and level bosses. Game screen. During the gameplay, the differing encounters appear when you collect an item. The following things might appear on the screen. The banana counter. This keeps track of how many bananas you collect. Get 100 for a free life. Kong letters. Collect a set to earn a free life. Life meter. This appears when you get an extra life balloon or lose a life to let you know how many lives you have remaining. The bear coins. Collect these coins to pay for items in the bear shops and also pay for Swanky's games. See page 22 for more information on the coins. Timer. In the bonus levels, you will have a limited amount of time to get the bonus coins. We have our map screen. During your DKC3 adventure, you'll have many terrains to explore. There are 8 worlds to conquer, ranging from the depths of Lake Orangutangia to dizzying heights of the majestic K3. In each of the worlds, Wrinkly will help you save your game. Also, in each area, the Kongs have the opportunity to visit the Brothers Bear. Each of them has a task or problem that you can try to help them. Helping them out means good news for you. To guide your progress across the maps, a Krem flag will show you where to visit next. If you complete a level, you will raise a flag of your leading Kong character, pink for Dixie, blue for Kitty. If you find all the bonus rooms, the flag will fly fully in the wind. If you manage to defeat the coin baddie, a special gold pendant will also appear on the flagpole. Alright, we have our controller functions. You've got a bunch of things you can do with your characters. With all these different movements and attacks, you should study this section thoroughly before you begin your adventure. Alright, we'll just go around in a circle here, starting, well, counterclockwise here. We have our control pad. We move our characters. Move characters up ropes, make characters swim faster. Hold up to throw a barrel or throw a teammate towards when releasing the Y button. Down, make characters crouch, make characters move down ropes, make characters swim down faster. If holding a barrel, press down and release Y to put it down. Up and down, toggle between high and low, throw in snow boss games, choose between options in Kong family rooms and shops, swerve squitter shots when fired, both attacks and web platforms. That really wasn't explained in the second one, but it's kind of annoying how that works anyways. It's not really super intuitive. Left and right, move characters left and right. Make characters exit quickly from rooms. Fire side thrusters on rocket barrel. Up, down, left, and right. Move vehicles and characters around both sub and world maps. Select change characters when you have both. Switch between players in 2-player team mode. Start, pause the game. The B button, make characters jump. Press to fire players from barrel. Throw balls in 3D section, swanky sideshow. Press to enter levels or rooms. Choose option in family, rooms, and shops. Disembarks from vehicles on main world map. Make Swanks flap his wings to gain height. A button, team up when you have both characters. Split up team when you are teamed up. Spin Squidder's web platform. While holding down on the control pad, use Ellie's trunk to get water from the lakes and waterfalls. Tap to fire water shots from Ellie or hold down the rapid fire. Throw balls in 3D sections. Charge up and guard for his special attack. Disembark from vehicles on the main road map. X button, jump off animal friend. Honk horn in water vehicles. I'm sure that's going to be super important. Y button, tap to roll as Kitty Kong. Tap to helicopter spin as Dixie Kong. Hold to helicopter spin in the air with Dixie Kong. Pick up barrel, release to throw. Pick up barrel with Squawk's relative, release to throw. Pick up barrel with Ellie, release to throw. Suck barrel towards Ellie, release to throw. Press and hold to move faster. Execute Animal Friend's normal attack. Execute water vehicle's turbo when held down. Throw other characters when teamed up. Left and right buttons. Spin Squidder's web platform. Left button, use to have Ellie grab water. Right button, use to have Ellie shoot water. Alright, here we have Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong is in the starring role as she quests across the islands in search of her friend. She has terrific adventuring abilities as she navigates through terrain with her helicopter spin. Dixie's advantages. Dixie Kong is a superb jumper. Using her helicopter spin, she can make unbelievably long leaps to avoid obstacles. Her helicopter spin is also handy for slowing her descent. Dixie's helicopter spin. Spinning her ponytail to create a helicopter effect gives Dixie Kong an almost unfair advantage. By pressing and holding the Y button, she can virtually float on air as she falls. Her helicopter spin is also a force to be reckoned with on the ground as she whips her hair around to defeat her enemies. Throw. Dixie Kong tosses barrels and keeps with her kegs with her ponytail. She holds the barrels above her head, giving her a different throwing trajectory than Kitty's. Press up on the control pad while throwing to launch an item upwards. Swim. Growing up on an island, Dixie Kong learned how to swim at a young age. She's as much at home in the water as she is in the trees. Tap the B button to make Dixie Kong swim. Press and hold the Y button while swimming to make her swim faster. Press the control pad to guide Dixie Kong through underwater obstacles. Run. Press and hold the Y button as you move the control pad to move Dixie Kong run. Running is helpful when you're trying to beat the clock in a bonus level. While running, Dixie Kong will automatically pick up items. Climb. Being a monkey, Dixie Kong can climb like crazy. Press and hold the Y button to climb faster. Team up. Throwing. If Kitty throws Dixie upwards, she can reach places that are out of normal jump range. If Dixie throws Kitty upwards, she can steer him to drop down and smash fragile holes. Rolling. If Dixie throws Kitty against a wall, then jumps on him before he stops moving, she can ride him as if he were a steel barrel. Oh, look, it's Kitty Kong. Kitty's a portly toddler with lots of power. He can reveal secret areas by breaking down doors and smashing the ground. He's much like Donkey and Diddy Kong in the way he seems to get into trouble all the time. I like how his onesie feet are like... That's funny. Kitty's advantages. Kitty's roll enables him to make jumps that are longer than the average jumps. Also notice that Kitty carries a barrel out in front of him, and that acts like a shield as he runs into enemies. So basically like Diddy. Kitty can also swim across water by rolling from land and tapping jump as he hits the water. This will help you traverse long water sections easily without having to swim through all the baddies below. Roll. Kitty's signature roll attack lets him bowl over enemies. If he rolls off the edge of a platform and then jumps, he'll jump farther than normal. throw, Kitty can pick up barrels and certain enemies after stomping on them and then toss them like yesterday's trash. Press up on the control pad to launch an item upward. Jump. Jumping is a vital skill if you plan on finding Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. You can jump on top of some of the enemies and attack them. Swim. You might think that because Diddy Kong is so big, he'd sink to the bottom of the lake. That's not true. In fact, Kiddy Kong is quite a good swimmer. Tap the B button to make Kitty swim. Press and hold the Y button to make him swim faster. Use the control pad to guide Kiddy Kong through underwater obstacles. Run. Hold down the Y button as you move to make Kitty run. Running makes the game faster and more exciting. While running, Kiddy Kong will automatically pick up items. Climb. Yes, this young ape can climb like the best rest of the Kongs. Press and hold the Y button to make him climb faster. Alright, we have the Kong family. Everyone's getting in on the act. This time around, the Kong family members offer their services for free, with the exception of Swanky Kong, of course. You find Kong family members in every world. Funky's Rentals, he's opened up his own boat and rental shop, which the Kongs can use for free. Wrinkly Save Cave, she stays at home this time, exercising, watching TV, and playing video games. Stop by for a visit and she'll save your game. Swanky, his show's on the road now. Play the throwing game to win top quality prizes. Cranky, your opponent in the throwing game. Cranky has a chance to prove he's number one. Animal friends, Ellie the elephant. This hefty young herbivore can use her trunk to pick up and shoot barrels at enemies. She can also suck barrels towards her if they're out of reach. Ellie has the ability to suck up water, which she uses to shoot at the baddies. Ungard the swordfish. If you caught Ungard in a previous adventure, you know he's a keeper. Using his incredible swimming ability and his sharp build to knock out enemies, Ungard is a great friend to have on your side. Squawks the parrot. He can fly, but he's no lightweight. The egg spitting... I guess it's eggs. I thought he was spitting cookies. The egg spitting Squawks returns from previous adventures to lift Dixie Kong and Kiddy Kong to higher ground. Squawks has relatives who can pick up barrels with their claws and bomb the baddies below. Squitter the spider is a blast from the past. Squitter returns to shoot his webs, which can take out most baddies with ease. His web platforms create stepping stones across gaps that can normally be impassable. Perry the parallel bird. This fellow is never too far away and helps you collect out of reach items. Once you release Perry, he will follow you from above collecting items. So we don't have... It's really the only two that go through all the games are Ungard and Squawks. We don't even have the Rhino this time around. Kremlings and baddies. Here are just a few of the Kremlings and baddies that will try to stop you from finding Diddy and Donkey. We have Cobble. Standard Kremling baddie, a real pushover. We have Crimp, sharp-toothed snapper who goes for players' heels. Crumple, a real tough guy among the Kremlings. Don't take him head on. Dixie Kong bounces off Crumple if she jumps on him. Kiddy Kong will defeat him with a single bounce on his head. Copter, he actually looks kind of cool. A propeller-wielding baddie that can dive from the skies to attack. You can gain height by jumping repeatedly on Copter's head. Kachuka, cowardly character who hides in his barrel throwing bombs. Very nasty. Wow, sounds like our president. Very nasty. Claps, exclusive rope baddie who shimmies towards the players. This tough member of the Claps family who will home in on you if you stay on the same rope for too long. We have Recoil. His springy tail can propel him towards players at speed. Beware. Bazooka. He's armed with a powerful launcher that can fire just about anything. If Bazooka is firing horizontally, you can safely stand in the barrel of his gun. Sneaky rat baddie who scares Ellie if she ever sees him. Bristles, tough hedgehog baddie with a roll attack. Defeat this guy only from the front. Coin. This defensive baddie will protect the DK coin at all costs. The steel barrel is the only thing that will defeat... Oh, the steel barrel is the only thing that will defeat coin. Alright, so I guess the coins are guarded this time. Buzz, multi-talented flying baddie whose buzzsaw protects his whole body from attack. A red colored buzz cannot be defeated. So basically those are taking the place of the hornets. Swoopy, sharp-beaked peril who can get stuck in the wood if he misses the players. Coco, a colorful clownfish that patrols the waters on DK Island. Nibla, this hungry fish is your friend unless you don't keep him constantly fed. Bouncy Bass, gluttonous fish that holds big bonuses if you get a chance to defeat him. Moving on, we have our new features. This section describes what's new in the game. Brothers Bear, this time in addition to being held by the Kongs in your animal buddies, you can call on the services of the Brother Bear who live in cabins all around the world and subworlds. There are 13 of these friendly characters and each one of them offers you something totally different. The Bazaar, the shopkeeper of the island has many goods for sale at a price. Barnacle, this guy runs the gift shop. He drives a hard bargain, so be prudent with your spending. Sometimes it's worth spending a little extra for necessity. Brash, he's big, he's bad, and he's got an attitude to match. Kongs beware. Blunder, he tries to be sarcastic but gives secrets to the players accidentally. Blue, his name says it all. He's a very unhappy bear. Can you cheer him up? Brigadier Bazooka. I like that guy. I don't know which one he is up there, but he sounds awesome. Brigadier Bazooka is an old army veteran of the Crimean War. We need that game. Blizzard, he's trying to scale K3. Bramble's the name, botany's the game. The bear just loves flowers. Benny and Bajor, these two identical twins run the ski lifts on the mountain. Barter, this cheeky bear just borrows and swaps items as he needs them. Baffle loves codes and spends days at a time trying to decipher them. Boomer, he holds the secrets to the lost world, but you have to find him first. Banana Birds. As you progress through the quest, you'll find banana birds. Once rescued, these mythical birds will fly to the save cave where Winkly Kong looks after them. Swanky's Sideshow. This time Swanky has got a great new sideshow game. The game focuses on throwing. In the one-player game, Cranky finally gets a chance to show how good he really is, as he will be your opponent. Funky's Rentals. Vehicles. The vehicles provide The vehicles provide progressive access during the game. Funky creates new ones for you to explore further around the main map, where a previous vehicle would not make it. We'll show you two of the vehicles. Can you find more? There's a rumor that Funky has a special vehicles for master players. Hovercraft, the next step up. The hovercraft has more power against the currents. Motorboat, at the start of the game, this will be all the characters have available. You know, it feels like this should have been reversed. The next step up, yeah. Treasure items. We have DK coin. You'll have to defeat a Kremling named Coin to get this golden treasure. You haven't really finished a level until you've collected a DK coin. Bear coins. Use these coins to play Swanky's games and to pay for items in the Brothers Bear shops. You'll find these coins all over the continent. Bonus coins. You'll earn bonus coins in all the bonus levels hidden throughout the game. You can use bonus coins to pay off Boomer in return for his big secret. There are 4 types of bonus levels. In these levels, players will need to collect a set amount of stars within the level, grab a set amount of stars which appear one at a time, defeat all the baddies on the level, or find a coin which is in the bonus level. Bananas and bananas bunches. It's possible to get every banana. The bananas may point you in the direction of secret areas, hidden items, or the end of the level. No animal sign. This sign indicates that your animal friend cannot continue beyond this point. If you try to go past, you'll simply disappear. You'll be rewarded depending on how difficult it was to reach the sign. Extra life balloons. Pop one of these things, get an extra life. Why does her face look so terrified? Kong letters. Collect the letters to spell Kong and earn an extra life. Level flag. To beat a level, raise a flag by grabbing the rope at the end of the level. We have our barrels. There are a ton of barrels throughout the continent. You can learn what most of them do simply by jumping into them. The auto-fire barrel. This barrel will automatically launch you to places you probably couldn't reach otherwise. Bonus barrels. Bonus barrels launch you into the bonus levels when you jump into them. The invincibility barrel. Break these barrels to gain temporary invincibility. TNT barrels. The TNT barrels explode when they are thrown. The explosion from this barrel can open hidden areas. The K barrel. Here's where you find your partner if you don't already have him or her with you. If you already have both characters, you won't be able to break this barrel when it's in midair. The tracker barrel. These barrels will shoot you out and then follow you to the left or right. Steel barrel. You'll find these scattered about the island. Pick up and thrown. They make good weapons to beat enemies with. These things are reusable too. The on guard barrel. Swim into this barrel and you'll be turned into on guard the swordfish. The booster barrel. Jump into one of these barrels and you'll be launched to higher ground. Star barrel. Star barrels mark a midway point in the stage. If you break one of these barrels, you'll continue from that point. If you lose a life later in the level. Squawks barrel. To reach higher areas, you've got to try this barrel. You'll become the egg-spittin' Squawks. Squitter barrel. Oh, what tangled webs we weave. If you encounter this barrel, you can become the 8-legged squitter. Ellie barrel. This is how you become Ellie. Simply jump in and you'll be transformed. Important. Copying any Nintendo game is illegal and is strictly prohibited by domestic and international copyright laws. Backup and archival copies are not authorized and are not necessary to protect your software. Violators will be prosecuted. Nintendo game is not designed to be used with any unauthorized copying device. Use of any such device will invalidate your Nintendo product warranty. Nintendo and or any Nintendo licensee or distributor is not responsible for any damage or loss caused by the use of such a device. If you use such a device causes your game to stop operating, disconnect the device carefully to avoid damage and resume normal gameplay. If a game ceases to operate and you have no device attached to it, please contact your local authority, authorized Nintendo retailer. The content of this notice do not interfere with your statutory rights. Manual and/or printed material accompanying this game are protected by domestic and international copyright laws. The rental of this game without permission of Nintendo or its licensee is strictly prohibited. DKC3 A to Z. Okay, so you've been through the manual. That's good to know the basics. But there's so much more. Exactly the reason we've enlisted the pros of Nintendo to produce a lavishly comprehensive player's guide for DK3. Oh, by the way, getting all those bear coins can really be a bear. Actually, it's a bear and a half. You round up and keep the game simple. But it's no trouble if you get at all if you've got the DK3 player's guide. Alright, then we have our limited warranty. No notes page. This time around, it looks like. Alright, and finally, just the back of the page. Or the back of the manual. Alright. You know, like, kind of disappointed. It just, the other manuals had, I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. Character, I guess. Like, this one's just like, it honestly kind of seems like I'm reading like one of those horror, what is it, analog horror things where, like, you know, you find like an old video game and it's got like some mascot that's coming after you. That's what this reads like and looks like to me. But oh well, I guess we'll have to see how the game plays out. We'll see if it's if it holds up to the other ones. So yeah. All right, friends. Well, that's it for the manual. The gameplay video, like I said, is going to be published 15 minutes after this video goes up. So, I mean, if you take the time to watch this one, it should already be up. So, I will see you over there, and we'll go ahead and get this adventure started. So, see you all in a second. Bye-bye.